Before we get into today's video, I would like to introduce you all to my new website, daytradingstrategies.net, where you can get access to all of my custom coded strategies, my scanners, and my indicators across multiple different trading platforms, all for just $25 a month. And if you use coupon code TRADING right now, you are going to get 20% off your first month when you sign up. So check out the website in the description down below. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today, we are going to be looking at the relative strength index, as you hear it commonly referred to, the RSI indicator. And we're going to be looking at it through the lens of ThinkScript code. We're going to be deep diving within ThinkorSwim and jumping into some code for how we can automate the back testing of this indicator. And hopefully by the end of this video, we will have found some ways to make the RSI indicator actually useful, right? That's the goal of these videos. Let's test. Let's see what we can find, hopefully to have stuff that maybe you would like to implement into your own trading strategy. So please, before we get started, hit the like button. Helps a lot. If you enjoy these kind of videos, make sure you're subbed up. I'm posting them all the time. As you can see on your chart behind me here, by the way, this is Tesla's daily chart. And as you can see, I've already set up a base level of code. I just wanted to start with something that already exists. We've got the code buying when the RSI is below 30. We've got the code selling when the RSI breaks over 70. This is a very, very common taught and practiced way of trading RSI. The typical oversold parameter level is 30, and the typical overbought parameter level is 70. And RSI is often taught to be used as a reversal indicator. Oh, a stock is oversold. It's time for that to be, it's a good time to go buy that, right? Buy low, sell high. Warren Buffett, this, that, and the other. RSI is low. The stock is low. That's a good indication to buy. The RSI is high. The stock is overbought. Too many people are buying it. That's an idea to sell. So that's what we currently have painted out on our charts here. And I actually need to go ahead and throw in the floating P&L study within ThinkorSwim. And this is going to show us the performance of this strategy. It's trading 100 shares. That's the default length on the daily chart of Tesla since 2018. And it's up 19.2 grand. It's actually in a trade right now that actually it timed pretty dang well there that it's currently in. So you see the P&L currently changing. But that is the first starter step, and we are going to see if we can't take it a little bit further from here. So the next thing you do, and I'm just going to shrink this down a little. Actually, you know what? Let's blow the RSI back up so we can see this. But the next thing we're going to do, and what you can do with code and why code is so beautiful. So if you were manually testing this, you could do it, right? You could go manually find all the times that the daily bar closed under 30 and bought and sold over 70 and bought. You could do that. It probably on a daily chart like this. I mean, how many trades was this? If I right click show report, this is only 6 trades. So on Tesla, you can actually do it pretty quickly. Give it 5-10 minutes. But instead of then having to, the next step is to optimize. Let me put it that way. And instead of having to go manually run, well, I want to try, well, what if we buy when the RSI breaks below 40 instead? I don't have to then go back and run a whole nother manual test. I just did it in the click of a button. Okay, the strategy got a little bit worse, so let's leave it at 30. What if we sell over 60 instead of 70? Oh, well, the strategy got a little bit worse. So now what if we try 55? Okay, the strategy even gets a little bit more worse, which is quite interesting. So let's actually leave it at 30 and at 70 for right now. And then what if I do this? What if I define a buy over 50 and I sell when an RSI goes below 30? Let's try a little bit more of a continuation strategy. Oh, that strategy works very well too. As you can see right there, I just ran 6 or 7 different tests. That would take you 2-3 hours, probably, if you wanted to do that manually. Not to mention that this is just on Tesla and this is just 6 trades. You'd want to go run this across multiple different stocks as well, right? And with ThinkScript code, you can do that. As soon as I load in SPY, it runs the code. As soon as I load in NVIDIA, it runs the code. If I load in Micron, it runs the code. If I load in Microsoft, it runs the code. You don't have to go through and do all that manually. Code is so powerful, and I really believe it's extremely underutilized by retail traders. Almost all, if not all, I can't say I know all of them, so I can't speak for all of them, but all your big funds, all your floor traders on banks, they're all using code, very, very complex code. Don't get it twisted. They're not doing stupid little RSI over 50. Haha. They're using very complex code, but still, the point is, you should try to be automating everything you can in trading. Trading is very, very, very complicated, and the most that you can automate, the better. So that's what I try to teach on this channel. Anyway, ranting, let's start jumping into a little bit of different stuff here. So if I put it back on what it was, we were buying when the RSI was below 30. We were selling when the RSI was over 70. And we found that worked okay. That works pretty well for a day trading strategy. Another beauty of using code, and especially in ThinkScript, I'm now going to go down into the 5-minute chart, and immediately you're going to see that this stock, this starts showing on the 5-minute chart. I don't have to go rewrite the code. Well, how does it work on the 5? Let's load it for day trading. It will load on any ticker you're running and on any time frame that you're running it on. And as you may or may not be able to see here, the RSI strategy, that RSI kind of reversal, let's buy when it's below 30 and sell when it's over 70, actually doesn't work on Tesla. And now, when I'm going to start throwing around words like doesn't work or does work, listen, you should never, and I'm sure you know this and you're probably already thinking it in the back of your head, Trey, I'm not going to just use RSI. I'm going to combine this indicator into a rule set that I have. And yes, I agree, that's the point. What we do with these videos is we try to find the most optimal way to use indicators, right? So it's not, don't pay attention so much to the money, because we're not trying to build strategies here. I'm in no way am I telling you if the RSI is under 30, it's a buy. If it's over 70, no. RSI and making use of RSI should be a part of the sandwich. I don't know why I made a sandwich, but I did, and that's my metaphor now. That becomes your trade plan, right? This is a condiment on the sandwich that is your trade plan. We just want to find the best way to utilize it. So let's go back to how we had it set up before. Let's do RSI over 50 to buy, and let's do RSI under 30 to sell. This is buying a stronger RSI, right? Buy when the RSI is a little bit stronger, sell when the RSI is a little bit weaker. So as I mentioned at the very forefront of this video, RSI is very, very commonly taught as a reversal indicator. If just go Google image search RSI indicator, it'll be nothing but people telling you should buy it when it's low and sell it when it's high. And there are, of course, cases where that worked. We saw a lot of the big stocks that we know are strong, Microsoft, Tesla, Nvidia. It worked very well on those daily charts. A big issue there is you're looking at a daily chart of a stock that you know is very strong. Of course, buying low and selling high is going to work. You know those stocks are very strong, right? But what actually works in real terms? And you get down into the 5-minute like this, you get down into the day trading time frame like this, you get a lot more different scenarios immediately, right? Because over the last 180 days, which I should have mentioned, that's what this is running, 5 minutes of the last 180 days. Tesla's not just been strong, right? It's been strong, it's been weak, it's gone sideways. So you're getting a lot more different kind of integral market conditions down here at the 5-minute. And as you can see, it's maybe not necessarily working so well. So anyway, let's go ahead and plug in buying when it's over 50 and selling when it's below 30 instead. And look at how immediately that turns this around. And once again, we're not worried about the money. Yes, it's up 12 grand. That's amazing. We're worried about the usefulness of it. And immediately you can see how it turns around. It looks a lot better now, right? It looks like using it kind of more so as a buy instead of buy when everybody's selling and then sell when everybody's buying. Zoom out a little bit and think about it. You don't necessarily need to try to be swimming against the current, right? It's so much easier in trading to go with the current, to follow the whales, do what everyone else is doing, right? So many people want to be contrarians in the stock market, And it's not that you can't make money doing that. Of course not. There's plenty of different reversal strategies that do make a lot of money. I'm not saying they're not, but it's from my hundreds of hours of coding and testing and running these codes and building these strategies, building these scanners, I have always found that continuation type trading is easier to prove. Going with the flow is easier to prove. If the RSI is over 50, hey, a lot of people are buying. The stock is nearing overbought, as people call it. Join that wave. Buy when others are buying. And then, oh, the RSI is below 30, I believe I left it at. And once again, we could just change this. Well, let's try 40. Doesn't make it any... Actually, funnily enough, 40 did make it go up a little bit. So, but once again, the point of this video is not to give you literal values and a literal strategy. I'm not saying, okay, go buy when the RSI is over 50 and sell when it's under 40. No. The point of this video, once again, is to prove an idea. And you're seeing the idea that using RSI as continuation and to follow the trend rather than using RSI to try to buck the trend seems to be a better way to make use of this indicator. I will slap this code in the description down below. So if you want to take this code, it's very, very simple. I mean, you probably can just type it in yourself, but if you want to just copy and paste it, it'll be in the description. Go slap this code into a strategy in ThinkorSwim, mess with it yourself. See if you can't find some ways to make reversal strategies work. See if you can't find some different indications that you can put into it to make it work even better. But the outcome of this short, quick little, this is just an 11-minute YouTube video, is that using RSI for continuation seems to be easier than using it for reversal. So hopefully you're able to find some value out of this video. Hopefully this video inspires you to go do some more testing of this, right? This is, once again, in no way am I saying this works, this is what you should do. Just hopefully this gives you a different thought process that you can then go and test and see if you can put into your sandwich that is your trade plan. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign out of this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.